We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
Cactus Wrestling is now available on Spotify and Amazon. And don't forget to check us out on Etsy for all of your Cactus Wrestling apparel needs. It's the still too early 2025 NCAA Championship prediction show. We did this, Mike, and Jack did this April of 2024, right after the 2024 NCAA wrestling tournament. And it was way too early. We looked at this list. Here it is. If you haven't seen it before, you can check out our video. If not, these are our picks. And as you can see, pretty much no one is actually at these weight classes. I mean,
Yeah.
some people are. But we figured now was a good time to update these predictions, especially right before the Cliff Keen Las Vegas Invitational, especially since we want to show our knowledge of wrestling, and I think Cliff Keen will say a lot and will probably provide a lot of bias based on recency bias, based on the upsets that are bound to happen. So we're gonna beat it to the punch. And Eamon Tolematos is
Hello.
joining us because he's got some great picks. He
Thank
couldn't,
you for having me on, guys.
yeah, he couldn't sit on the sidelines for this one.
No more.
We're excited to hear Eamon's picks as well. So let's start off. Shall we do it from the top, or do we want to start at a different weight?
Let's do from the top. Why not?
Yeah,
All right, 25. So anyone want to start at 125?
Well, clearly not Noto because he hasn't wrestled 25
So
yet.
yeah, and Drake Ayala as well. Both of our
Like,
picks.
so clearly I'm not sticking with who I originally had. How serious is Richie Figg's injury?
That's a
You
good
know?
question.
Nobody
I-
knows. He was injured last year too.
Yeah. So
That's the secret sauce.
yeah, stay healthy by being injured for most of the season.
Exactly.
No,
And then you win the national title.
Yeah. So far, it's an undefeated strategy for him.
And Nico Provo too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll get into Nico, but
Yeah, that's
I wonder what's going on with Figs as well because I don't know if he, you never really know what's with the injuries, and then he medically forfeited out. I mean, he was losing that match as well before he forfeited out, if I remember correctly.
was he getting majored in that match?
I don't know if it was a major yet, but I think it was on its way. I think he gave up
That's
2
insane.
takedowns and backs.
Wonder what happened there. That's
Yeah, so interesting to see what's going on with Richie.
I think the
So-
guy was unranked too, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So anyone want to start with their pick here?
Yeah, Luke Lilladall.
Sticking with it.
He's
I
of course
am.
he's
I
sticking
am.
with it. He's not gonna go against his Penn State baby.
Why would I go against someone like Luke Lilladall? All he's done since we made this video is win a world championship.
Is that all he's done?
Why would I go against that? I mean, I was high on him before.
Mike
and
is
like,
so
hey,
unimpressed by like
Yeah.
freestyle accolades.
he's a 4-time
Is
world
that
finalist.
it?
Yeah.
Is that all you've done?
In 4 years of high school, he's a 4-time world finalist. Even
So
Spencer
who's
Lee
he
can't say
beating on the college scene? I mean, it's still too early, but like
Hey, he
Yeah,
beat
that's-
Drexel. Don't forget it.
that. I think
That was
so.
a forfeit.
Yeah. Oh, and this college season, I thought you meant like it opens.
No,
No, I know in the yeah.
he's
He's
4-0
got a
with
pretty
a
good bonus.
forfeit.
Look, he just teched like the number 23 guy from Army. I don't know his name.
That guy wasn't even starting last year.
Okay, but he's nationally ranked in the top 25.
Yeah, Charlie
Clearly,
Farmer.
he shouldn't be.
In my opinion, I see Lil Doll as being more like a 7th or 8th place kind of guy. I don't see him winning it all, but that's just
I don't see him winning it all at all.
yeah,
I don't think I
Wow,
think
so
Richie
much
Figg's
hate.
injury history is going to be tough. Caleb Smith, he's going to have a chance to wrestle against him. Matt Ramos, he's going to have a chance to wrestle against him.
Yep.
But Caleb Smith lost his wrestle off.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there with
That's what I mean. So
Nebraska.
Caleb Smith is the guy that's ranked number 2. So
And
that
he-
just shows how
yeah.
much there's room in this weight class. It's the same chaos. I think that you have a
Exactly.
guy like Luke Lilladall who wins big matches. I mean, he's someone that's beaten Marcus Blaze. He's someone that's beaten Jax Forrest multiple times. We've already seen how Jax and Marcus can do on the collegiate level. I think he has a great pedigree. I think he's got great performance. And by all accounts, the kid is just a really great point scorer, and he's someone that wins the clutch matches. I don't think he's going to go out there and tech his way through like Spencer Lee would, but I think this is a really, a really big pickup for Penn State. I mean, we saw Braden Davis last year.
Yeah.
Braden Davis had an okay season. He really dropped the ball at NCAA's. I'll be the first to say it, but he was a Big Ten champ. Braden Davis
Yeah.
was the number 9 guy in the weight class coming out of high school. Luke Liddell was not just the number 1; he was the number 1 pound for pound. I mean, you have such a better recruit in Luke Liddell than Braden Davis. I think that it's reasonable to think that in a weight class that has so much chaos, Luke Liddell could find a way to the top. I'm not saying it's guaranteeing. I just think that he's my pick in my too
All
early
right.
prediction. I'd
So
like to
in
see
the
how he
in
does.
the vein of picking something crazy,
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. You're known for that.
yeah, no. You see, part of me wants to pick Troy Spratley,
Yep.
but I'm not actually going to pick Troy Spratley because he tends to have close matches with a lot of guys,
Yeah.
and like I just don't see him stringing together 5 wins in a row without losing at NCAAs. Like I'm sure he'll All American, but I just don't see him putting together 5 wins without a single loss. Um, so honestly, this I know is going to be crazy to say, but I'm going to go with Vincent Robinson.
I
Oh
can
my
dig it.
God.
Heck yeah.
He's 11-0. He's got a 72% bonus.
And he
Like,
beat
Oh
Jacob
my
Camacho.
God.
yeah, he
Can you
beat
get a load
Diego
of this guy?
Sotelo.
Yeah.
He he's bonusing people left and right. He's beaten tough
He is having a
competition.
good season. Yeah.
He injured Dean Peterson.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
Oh, whoop
that
de
means he's
doo.
winning it all now.
He has
That
2 career losses, and those 2 losses were both during his redshirt year. Like he's definitely coming onto the scene and trying to make a statement, and he hasn't lost. He's not afraid to wrestle because he's already got 11 matches, which is more than most Penn State guys got all last season.
Ho, ho,
So
ho, ho,
ooh
ho.
burn.
Ho, ho,
I mean,
ho.
if we're being real here, I mean, NC State is counting on Vincent because that
They
might be
need
the
someone,
only
right?
All-American.
Yeah, right?
yeah,
You need
Vincent
yeah.
someone.
Rob,
Contention.
I still stand by NC State 0 All Americans this year.
Really? What? Even at 20?
Wow.
It's totally possible.
I can't
It
We've
is
seen
believe
how
totally possible, yes.
the reason is
I
because
think
we've
Trumbull's
seen
their
how
best
they
shot.
underperform at nationals.
They do.
Trumbull over Vincent Robinson? Really?
I think
Really?
Trumbull
Honestly,
is more likely.
I mean Trumbull I think will All American, but I think so will Vincent Robinson because it does seem like 25 has still got some volatility here.
Yeah,
So
it's still like
and these younger guys tend to do better than the older guys at these upper weights. Like, yeah, Matt Ramos, like he's 9-0. I'd love to pick him, but I have a
A
feeling
lot of mileage.
he's just
yeah.
not going to put it together again. Like maybe he'll get to the finals, maybe he'll get to the semifinals, but I just don't see him putting it together. I feel like a younger guy is going to figure it out. Um, I mean, if Richie Figs is back, I wouldn't be surprised if Figs could do it. But
That
yeah, I'm
too.
gonna go with the young freshman who's 11-0, 75% bonus rate, Vincent Robinson. Or wait, no,
Wow.
63%.
Do you
So
want to
you
go
hear
next, Jack, or should I go?
I'll go in. I
Sure.
really have no idea. There's not really a good pick here for me.
Yep.
You guys have already tossed out his name. I'm just gonna go with Matt Ramos right here.
Fair.
I originally had Drake Ayala. He's no longer at the weight class.
Yep.
He's made it to the finals before. He can perform at the big scene. I know he went round of 12 last year, but last year was crazy for 125. I don't think it's been as crazy this year. Granted, there's been far less. I mean,
a
we're
lot
still
less
only a
matches so far.
month in, yeah. So
Yep.
it's not much to go off of, but Ramos is off to, I mean, he's 9-0 with 9 bonus victories to start the
Yeah, he's
season.
tough.
So, and this is his senior year, so it's all or nothing at this point. So I'm going Matt Ramos.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and change my original pick. I'm gonna go with Cooper Flynn.
Oh my God.
What?
I really I really liked
Going
his
for
match
Hodge.
versus hear me
Wow,
out.
you're
I liked
really
his
high
match.
on Cooper Flynn.
His match versus Tanner Jordan, like that was a well executed match against Tanner Jordan. He really I don't know, he really impressed me. I think he's someone that could the weight is so volatile. Like I said, I
Who
wanted to
was
pick
your
Matt.
original pick?
Well, I wanted okay, so I wanted to go with Matt Ramos, but then it's like you guys said, the mileage, and I just don't have faith in Matt Ramos anymore.
I don't necessarily do either, but I don't really have faith in anyone else more.
Well, here's the thing, Virginia Tech too, like they're a good team. They're really good this year. So
They're
Yeah,
up and
but
coming.
I love that you're
But
talking
he's
about
not at
Virginia
Virginia
Tech, but
Tech
Cooper
anymore.
Flynn's on
oh, I'm
Minnesota.
sorry, Minnesota. Minnesota. Wow, wow.
Minnesota
Bad one.
is
But
probably
I will say Minnesota also
pushing
did
for
have a
third place this year.
dominating win.
Third?
I think
Dominating win.
Minnesota could take third place at the
I
NCAA
think
tournament.
Nebraska has a bit. Well,
Sorry to cut you off, him, and I was just that threw me out. Third place, Minnesota. I think fifth would be ideal.
I think third place. Take a look.
No, I
Take a
think
look, my
Jack's
friend.
right. Minnesota's a really good team. Like they're
With Gable back end,
That's
they're
their big point. I mean, they have. I think I figured they could have 4 or 5, maybe 6
well,
All-Americans.
look at like
I,
a guy like Tyler Wells, for example. He's gonna score a
he's
lot of
top
points. I feel
10.
like
Isaiah Salazar at 97. Look at
yeah.
Max McAnally. He
they
just took
have
Yeah.
out Bennett
7
Berge.
guys in the top 10.
Yeah.
We'll see
Like,
what happens at NCAA's. That's all I'm saying.
Cooper Flynn, please don't kill me. I know you're in Minnesota.
All right, so there's 125. Drop a comment down below. It's still way too early. Uh, let us know your picks.
Hey,
Let's go to 33. I'll lead this one off. I'm sticking with my boy from 25, Drake the Snake Ayala.
oh,
I
you
think
think
he's
he's
gonna
gonna
get it
beat?
done.
You think
Now,
he's gonna beat Crookham?
No.
I
No
don't think
way.
Crookham is like the end all be all right here.
Hmm.
I think
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, 33 is a tough weight class. I think that Ayala has my only concern with Ayala is his scramble game, especially against a guy like Crookham. But we saw him be able to take down Evan Frost multiple times and avoid Frost from getting into those scrambles. He can put up points against anyone. Tyler Knox is a up and coming guy. I wouldn't be surprised to see him All American. 15-10 match crazy early in the season. National finals last year, same as Ramos. He can turn it on in the postseason. And I'm pulling for Drake.
I don't think that's gonna
Of course
happen.
not. Of course not. Who are you gonna pick then? The guy who he
How about
lost
this?
to?
Yeah, how about this Evan Frost guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not picking Evan Frost.
That would
Oh,
be crazy. Yeah.
why would you do that? You would never do
No,
that.
actually, we usually don't show this team any love, but I'm gonna pick Lucas Bird, Illinois. Eight
Mm.
8-0 this year, and I mean, he's
Okay.
looking like back to form better than ever. Like, and I mean, the last season that he had, because he didn't wrestle last season, his last match was a tiebreaker 4-3 loss to Jesse Mendez.
Yeah.
He had a 3-2 match with Dayton Fix. Like, I think with the way he's looking, he's definitely a title contender.
I don't think he's gonna
What?
All-American.
You,
I really
That's
don't think
crazy,
Lucas Bird
Eamon.
is gonna
That's
All-American.
crazy.
Eamon,
No.
you lost your mind.
For what it's
I
worth,
don't think he will.
At
man.
33?
No.
I mean,
What?
he just beat Nasir Bailey. That was what I was gonna say. Like, I
Yeah,
think
but that match was like no.
Nasir
That was
in
that was
defense.
Nazir's to lose. Why did Nazir choose neutral? Like
that
I
Well,
was
and Nasir got behind him twice, and to Bird's credit, he did the Jesse Mendez roll. Like
yeah.
he
yeah.
did that
But
roll
the
that
no hand touch takedown anymore.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and if Bird does All-American, I think it'll be like just on there. I mean, there's some good guys like McGonigal, Knox, like
Okay, neither one of those guys
McGonagall's
is going to
higher
beat
than
Bird.
Lucas Bird.
I think
No
don't sleep on
way.
McGonigal.
Bird's a multi-time All-American.
McGonagall's never all American.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I think we'll see. We'll see how it plays out, but I don't think Lucas Bird will All-American now.
Wow, that's a crazy
That
take.
is
That is a very
insane. I
controversial
think that's
take.
more insane than me picking Lucas Bird to
I,
win it all.
No,
I
I think that's a fair take. I think that's a fair take.
there's
He's a
some
senior
guys
too,
in that
right?
weight that are hammers. Like I'm just looking Braden Davis, Noda,
Yeah, yeah.
McGonigal, Knox,
Literally every single guy you've listed, I think Lucas Bird would beat.
okay,
We'll see
Ragusin,
at the Big Tens, I guess.
Ayala.
He's beaten Ragusin before.
Okay, but I don't think he's gonna do it again.
Cade
Oh,
Moore,
right.
for example.
Uh, that's a
Eamon, so
Well,
who's
very
your
tough
Eamon,
pick?
one.
who do you have? Yeah, who's your pick, Eamon?
So I'm gonna go with Crookham.
Okay,
Gotta
someone.
go with
Yeah,
Crookham.
there we
I
go.
mean, I know this was last season and we're in this season now, but his performances against Vito were just legit. He's a legit guy. He's tough to score on. He's scrambly. He's just a winner. I think he's gonna win it. So
Do you think he has enough offense?
I think he's. Yeah, I do. I do. I do think he has enough offense to win it.
Okay.
So I'm actually agreeing with Eamon. I'm sticking with who I picked originally. I'm 2 for 2 with guys that I liked. Um, I agree. I think Crookham is the guy. Yes, I think he was stingy against Vito as far as that strategy, but I think that he has enough offense to get it done. Especially we're seeing like the way the Lehigh room is kind of improving in leaps and bounds. There's some real talent in that room. And I think they're going to help push him to that next level. And, you know, I think Lucas Bird is great. I think Nasir Bailey is great. But I think Crookham is just a step above him right now. I'm trying to find what is his bonus rate right now because he is
Yeah,
He only has
Crookham's
like
one
two
and zero.
matches.
he's a
Maybe
hundred.
one
Yeah,
match
he's a 100% bonus rate right now. He's teched 100% of the guys he's wrestled right now.
against
There's
Kevin
only
Lopez of
one
Morgan
one and
State.
guy.
oh.
Yep. Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just giving you the stats. Okay, you could
Well,
dissect it
we'll
any way you
we'll see
want.
if he and Braden Davis show up for that dual meet.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. It'll be my guess is Davis isn't going to wrestle.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like
Oh,
one
but
of them's
Davis
gonna
Duck.
duck. One of
yeah,
them's
I don't
gonna
know about
duck.
Duck, but like I think he's hurt. And Kale just said the other day in his interview, he goes, Aaron Nagao is done for the foreseeable future. Like he's pretty hurt. He's pretty seriously
Yeah, I
injured.
saw that as well.
So I think Nagao is obviously hurt. I think that they're like, hey, like classic Kale Penn State. They're like, why do I care about a duel?
Yeah.
And it might be the matchup we want to see, and it would be very good to see how Crookham and Davis match up.
Well, it's
But he's
interesting
like,
with
yeah,
Lehigh too. Like, what are they gonna do with because I saw Malik Hines recently just
yeah,
lost against Pitt. Are they gonna put Stanich back? It's just interesting. I don't know. It's
no
just
idea what they're doing with him yet. It'll be
Stanek
interesting.
is redshirting.
yeah, but
But are
Yeah.
they
maybe
gonna pull it? That's the question.
yeah, I doubt it. Probably not.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm going with Crookham, and I think that he's not gonna wrestle against Davis this coming duel.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Drop a comment down below for 133. It's still way too early. There's no crazy picks here.
No.
Well, it depends on who you ask, I guess. Okay, 41. We were all in agreement last time. Mike, my brother Mike, had Alira's winning the Hodge. Wow. That's what the yellow
No
indicates.
way.
Hodge
No.
pick.
So, is anyone sticking with Alira's here? Because I'm actually changing mine.
I'm
Oh,
not.
I'm sticking with
I'm
Alirez.
I'm going with
not.
Mendez.
Likewise.
I'm sticking with Alirez. I think. I mean, he's still he's 3-0 with 2 out of 3 matches are bonus. He picked apart Josh Edmond. He beat up CJ Composto. Like he tech Drexel. I mean, he's still looking really good. I'm not putting a lot of weight into that freestyle match that I watched Alirez Mendez. Like it wasn't like a blowout or anything. Like Alirez tried to go for something and it failed, and he gave up the points. I don't think that would have happened in the in a folk style match. So I'm sticking with Alirez.
Jack, what about you?
I'm actually changing mine to Mendez as well as
Good. Good
Mike.
man.
And I think my reason behind that is when we saw Mendez wrestle Bo
Bo Bartlett.
Bartlett,
Yep.
it just seemed like he was in
Whole
way
different
more
guy.
control than at the NCAA championships. And I
100%.
think with the Big Ten schedule that Mendez will face, he'll be more battle tested come March than Alirez.
That's my argument as well for Mendez. It's yeah, Big Ten's no joke. So
I I agree, Jack. Just seeing Mendez versus Bartlett, I think the score showed one thing and the actual match showed another. We talked about it. Bo had really no chance on scoring on Mendez.
no.
And this is Bo taking shots and actually trying to get after his offense, which is something we don't usually see from him. I think that Mendez has jumped levels, and I really think he's the guy now. And yes, the freestyle result is one thing, but I think it's now given him the confidence to be like, hey, like I'm already there. And I agree. I think I like Mendez a lot for 141, which sucks as a Penn State fan, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't think there's any wrong answer here between Alirez and Mendez. I think those are the two front runners.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the finals.
Yep.
I mean, I hope it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be great. It'd be a great match to see. I mean, we've seen
Mike
Mendez
would
on
want to win.
Bartlett multiple times.
Mike wants to see Mendez win that one again.
I'd like to see if Mendez Bartlett meet in the finals. I'd probably pull for Mendez. I like him.
Yeah. Okay,
Really?
drop a
How can
comment.
you not?
Bartlett That's surprising. You would want to see
Wow,
Bartlett.
he's rooting against Bartlett, but then
Well,
again, he usually
Bartlett,
roots against Bartlett, and then Bartlett wins,
was
and
like
he gets
everybody,
happy because Bartlett wins anyway.
Bartlett
every
went
Penn
to
State fan roots against Bartlett.
Bartlett went to overtime against Rutgers
That was
this
just
season.
Yep.
typical.
He's so frustrating to watch.
It's just like what? And then he
So,
majors in text.
so 149, and drop your comment for 141 down below. 149, both Mike and I's choices, I don't think are at this weight class. Word is out on Caleb Larkin, but given that who Arizona State has at 49, Jesse Vasquez, he's a senior. I'm assuming Caleb Larkin is not going to be at 49. So I have to make a new pick. But anyone want to give their 149 pick?
I'll
Shane
go
Van Ness.
first.
Eamon, go for it.
I'm gonna do Shane Van Ness.
Yes.
He's just, and I know Mike is gonna be like, no way, no way. But first of
Who
all,
is
Shane-
me or Mike?
you.
He picked
Did you
Look
him.
see
look
my
at this.
original
Look at
pick?
this. His original pick was Shane Van Ness.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like you're gonna change it. Knowing you, you're gonna change. You're not gonna
Yes,
pick
that's
Shane.
that's
He's not
definitely
going to honor
fair.
his pick.
Like you're
You know,
gonna
it'd
pick
be
like Caleb
impressive.
Henson or
Like
something.
we don't necessarily want to pick it. We want to be right. This
Yeah,
this is
I'm,
more
Yeah.
I'm going for accuracy here.
But like I think Shane Van Ness, I mean, he literally has a proven win over Henson as well. So I mean, there's that. And also look at the way he wrestled at the All-Star Classic. I mean,
That's
he
exactly it.
dominated.
I mean,
Dominated.
Henson's looked really good
Waters.
this year, though. Like he's
Yeah, but look at what Shane Van Ness did to Taiwan. Like that was just
oh well, yeah.
that was just like, and he's good, Ty.
I
yeah.
think that was a matchup.
I
It was just a bad matchup.
I'm gonna see. I agree with Eamon there, but watching it, I don't know what Ty Waters' strategy was, where he's like, "I'm gonna let you get to the leg, and I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna scramble at some point."
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
was just
stand
I don't.
straight up.
Yeah, but we've seen Shane Van Ness looks great. He's been bonusing guys like crazy. I think he is the favorite. Caleb Henson, yes, he won it last year, but I really think this is Shane Van Ness's weight class to lose. And if he can stay healthy and recover well, he's in a perfect spot training with guys like Bo, Tyler Kasak, Levi, Messenger. Like they're all going to help push him to that next, to where he should be.
do you think who do you think's a worse matchup for him? Lovett or Echemendia?
Echemendia.
I think
Etchemendia,
as
yeah.
well.
I think he's so
Lovett's weird.
strong.
Yeah, Lovett is just yeah.
But Echemendia's big game is neutral. And he still makes mistakes. I mean, we've talked about it, but he should have not lost the other day to Iowa.
No,
No.
Marco.
And that, yeah, and if you're Echemendia, why even try to ride?
yeah, it was just I don't understand.
Why not just, you got the only takedown in the match. Why not just be like, hey, I'll cut him. I've only been wrestling folk style for 4 or 5 years anyway. I was a big freestyle guy before coming to America. Why try to ride, give up an escape and 2 penalties, and that's the match?
That was just yeah.
You know? So I don't know. I think that he'll have those brain farts, but I think that he's a serious threat to Shane Van Ness because he's just so physical.
Yep.
Okay. Mike.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, I pick Shane Van Ness.
Yeah, I mean that was
Obviously.
I know McKeever's gonna pick he's gonna just do
He's gonna go with Ridge Lovett.
or Edgeman.
No way, Ridge, love it. No,
Edgeman.
going Anthony Etcheman. No, I'm not going with
Oh, dang it. Dang it.
No, I mean Henson has looked really impressive to the point where I would consider him, but no, I was planning to stick with Shane Van Ness.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
do we have a consensus here at 149? Drum roll, please. No, Caleb
Oh.
Henson, the dog. Caleb Henson is an absolute dog. I remember telling you guys this guy's a national title contender last year.
Yeah.
Did the thing. 100%
Yeah.
bonus
Did the
rate
thing.
to start. Shane
Yeah.
Van Ness can't say the same with a 5-0 win over Richard Fidalin. What school does he go to? Anyone know?
Rutgers.
Exactly. No disrespect, but no, I think Caleb Henson's a dog. Last time they wrestled, it was a 5-3 match, and I believe last year was the first year with 3-point
3 point takedown.
takedowns, right?
Yeah.
So I believe they wrestled 2 years ago when the 3-point takedown was not a factor. I don't think that would have changed the outcome of the match, but it's just something worth noting. Um, I think these are probably the top front runners. I think Van Ness might have a little bit of a disadvantage just given that the Big Ten is a gauntlet at this weight class because you never know what Kyle Parker is going to throw out. You never know
Yeah.
what Ridge Lovett's going to throw out. Cannon Webster should not be slept on for Illinois. He's a very impressive freshman. So I think uh, there's some quality
Dylan D'Amelio
guys
too,
that
yeah.
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 Emilio ain't winning the title.
No, I'm not saying, but he's still someone to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, I mean it's tough to go through a grueling Big Ten schedule.
Emilio.
So
The only
those
thing I would say though to this is when was the last time that there was a two-time back-to-back national champion from Virginia Tech?
well, there's only two champions ever, Makai Lewis and
Exactly.
Caleb Henson.
Exactly.
So he could make history and do it this year.
Ho ho
I
ho.
think we're gonna see another kind of Mikhail Lewis
Yeah,
situation.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, but
That's what I was kind
he's
of
not
alluding to.
changing weight classes though.
Yeah,
No,
And
but
he's not battling an injury.
that we know of.
oh, come on.
Come on. Come on.
Come
Come on.
on.
All right, so that's 149. Drop a comment down below. Who is your pick for 149? 157. Man, this weight class is
Yep, this
kind of
one
some
is.
dog duty right here.
Interesting weight class right now. Very interesting.
I'll lead this one off. And this one probably doesn't make much sense, but I'm going with Caleb Larkin, y'all, because I think he's gonna do what Richie Figs did last year. I know he hasn't even started for ASU this year, but
If we're gonna do it like this, and I'm gonna make my pick very interesting.
but I just don't like.
Okay.
I mean, I want to make something a little bit bold of a pick here. I think if he is the starter by March, we saw that he has the skills when he won the Bill Ferrell to take out some high quality guys. This weight class is drastically depleted of talent.
Yes.
We don't know if Ja'Cory Teamer, his injury is major
Yeah.
or not. We don't know if Meyer Shapiro's concussion is serious or not. Tyler Kasak is
Yeah.
probably the front runner, but what
I get
happens to Facundo? Does he transfer out? Does he stay at this weight class?
it.
It's just a kind of a crappy weight class in terms of depth.
Yep.
So I'm gonna choose a guy who I think could just sneak in there, kind of like Richie Figs did. And
Caleb Larkin.
Yeah,
That's quite a pick.
wow.
I don't like anyone else enough. And
I guess
I
I
don't
guess
feel
we'll
like
continue with the
choosing
craziness.
Kasich.
So I will put an asterisk. If Sammy Sasso does bump down, he will win it. But assuming
Yes.
with the facts we have now, I will choose Daniel Cardenas
But
from
he's
I
redshirting,
was gonna say,
isn't
I
he?
think
oh, he's
I'm pretty
redshirting
sure
too,
he's
so then
redshirting.
Kasach.
We don't know, but we don't
Well, I
know.
wasn't sure
That's
about
the thing.
Cardenas redshirting because there's no
No, no.
fact
Well,
behind
that's
that.
I was gonna say that we don't know. Like we assume he's redshirting, and it's a right to assume, but it's
Like,
friggin' December.
okay,
December.
so
I
I'm
mean,
gonna stick with what we
it's
know
December
then.
3rd. We don't even know. I mean, the season's just started,
I'll
really.
stick with Kasach then. Kasach,
Okay.
because if Cardenas doesn't redshirt, then I'd pick him. But I mean, like,
So that's some real craziness there.
well, I was gonna choose Sammy Sasso, but like again, I can only go based off of what like he's currently wrestling at. So he should bump down though, in my opinion. But
Sasso, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I just think he doesn't want. I think he's kind of like enjoying the life of 165. I think that.
well, then he actually start wrestling competition, and then it's like, well,
Well, I think he's kind of doing the victory lap. I don't. I think that when he was shot, he was kind of like, look, like the
yeah.
career's kind of done. Unfortunately, I'm probably gonna transition to coaching soon.
But why
Um,
no victory lap by winning the national
I
title?
just think that like I don't think he has, being getting shot is it's very
Yeah,
very
no,
tough to come
it's
back
definitely.
from.
But
But
yeah,
he is
Kasach's
back.
my pick.
Yeah,
He's
but he's not.
he's
Yeah, but just because he's wrestling doesn't mean he's fully back.
Oh,
true.
he's back.
Yeah.
No, Kasach is a beast. Look what he did at nationals last year. I mean, the guy.
Yeah, he
got-
lost in the first round.
And
Okay, and then what did he
then,
take
oh,
after that?
you.
What did he take out? I mean, I could, assuming that Meyer Shapiro and Ja'Cory are out for the season and Cardenas is redshirting,
Yeah.
the only other guys I could see maybe are like Antrell, Chumley, like Blaze. Like, there's not really like, it's
Speaking the
just,
words right out of my mouth, man.
So you wouldn't pick Trelly, is what you're saying?
no, no way. I
Me
can't.
neither, but
I can't do it. Kasich has got to be the one, which is insane to
I could see
say.
Trelly making a run.
Not to win it though. I can't see.
I think so. I we'll see. We'll
Really?
see at the Nebraska duel. He
Well, you
gave
just picked Caleb
Messenbrick a
Love.
fit last year.
Yeah, yeah.
so I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy for doing it,
Oh
but
gosh.
I'm going to be keeping my pick of Meyer Shapiro. I'm hoping he's going to be back from injury and better than ever, and ready to go on that title run.
No, because then Cardenas is just gonna pull his red shirt.
Why?
They're gonna
Well,
go-
Shapiro did beat him at NCAA's
Yeah,
the
he did
third.
the second
Ye-
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
He avenged the loss finally.
if he had only done that
The
sooner,
dude can only take so many more head injuries though, and he's only a
I
Yeah.
know.
sophomore.
Yeah. I so I think Shapiro's concussions are a lot more serious than anyone's really leading on.
Mhm.
I think that, you know, this is something that the Cornell program is really going to take a look at and be like, hey, like, should we just medically redshirt him for the whole year? I mean, when he's healthy, he's got the talent to win the whole thing. So give him the chance to really, get everything his health in order.
Are they
Because when
are
you
they
go
even allowed to medically redshirt in?
no, well that's yeah, I was
For
just
the
saying
Ivy
not
Leagues?
actually because it's an Ivy League.
Oh, but they can do like they have some like gray shirt they can do. It's really weird. It's like,
Yeah, I don't know for the Ivies, but we have to assume, and this is not to knock other colleges, that Meyer is probably a really, really intelligent young man because Cornell is no slouch school. Like there's some
yeah.
really, really smart guys that go there. I'm sure that he's not just going there and be like, and I'll wrestle for the rest of my life, and that's how I'll pay my bills. I'm sure he's there for some sort of really prestigious degree, and getting a concussion every few weeks is not going to help him with his career.
How many has he had? Does anyone know?
This is the third that I know of, I believe.
But they're saying there was more. This is insane.
There could be more that he had, unfortunately throughout his high school career. But so that's
So,
Meyer.
so is that why you're picking Meyer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I would pick Meyer if his health is in check, but it's not, in my opinion. Ja'Cory Teamer. I said this as soon as he transferred. I go, well, that sucks for him that he's going to Iowa. You're talking about a guy that has glass bones and
Yeah.
ligaments made of tissue paper and has battled injuries throughout his entire career of high school and now college. He's on year 6, I think,
Yeah.
and his body's only falling apart more. He just got a really serious injury that he couldn't even finish a match. Knowing the Iowa's amazing job they do at healing lower body injuries with Spencer's horrible knees, and who was
Well,
there?
it's the hamstring at least. It's not a
Yeah, well,
knee.
lower body injuries still.
Yeah.
The
So for all
141.
those reasons, you're picking Ja'Cory?
Yeah, and for all those
Yeah.
reasons, because of that, Ja'Cory is out. I think that even if he recovers, I think he's not going to be back to full health. So that
Say
leads us to
case.
Cardenas, who I truly believe is redshirting. And now there's only one name left, and it's Tyler
Yep.
Kasich.
Yep. There it is. I knew it.
Uh-huh.
Not
Uh-huh.
Pinheiro Johnson.
Yeah,
No,
Come on.
Pinheiro?
Dude,
no. What are
He's
you
Pinheiro did
crazy?
not
undefeated.
look good against. I'm not gonna lie. Like Ja'Cory also, they didn't do anything. Those guys.
No, yeah.
That match was
I
like
mean, Pinheiro looked just as good as Ja'Cory in that match.
exactly like, and Ja'Cory's like Ja'Cory just doesn't do a lot really. Like,
I mean, we saw
or
that when he wrestled against Levi Haynes last year.
yeah, like or he pins guys in like 10 seconds. That was crazy against Little Rock.
Yeah.
But
But I think Kasich, I feel good with it, especially if the rumors are true that, Facundo had beaten him supposedly in the Penn State original wrestle-off, and then he made the adjustments to come back and beat him. On top of that, he's already knocked off a top 5 guy when they wrestled the All-Star Classic.
I don't
Say his
believe those
name.
rumors
Say his
because
name.
yeah, those rumors because they were saying that didn't Barr. They were saying that Barr lost to somebody in
They did.
Barr.
They said Barr lost to Cochran in a close match, and
Like
but in the fairness though, the Cochran Barr match that we just saw, it was close to the end where Barr
bro,
opened it up.
Yeah, but
And the same thing with McHenry and Lilidol. They said it was close in the match, and it was until McHenry went for broke and ended up giving up takedown and backs.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
you're
we'll
right.
see. I mean, we don't. I mean,
See.
you gotta trust your sources sometimes, but I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
same.
with KSAC. I feel pretty good about that.
So Mike and Eamon, did you guys like converse
Yeah, we
beforehand
talked
on these
before. We
picks?
yeah, we
We
had a
did,
talk
yeah.
What
We
before.
is this?
aspire.
Come on.
Come on,
The
those are good
Four in a
confidence.
picks.
row?
What is that? That's good picks. I mean, and
They're
hey,
good
Four
picks.
in a row.
I
They're
have
solid.
news for you. I'm sure we're all gonna pick the same person at 165.
Are we though?
If
Are
we
we
don't, there's a
though?
serious problem.
Yeah,
Mike
there is
Whan,
a
who are you picking? Mitch Messenbrink?
I'm going with Mitch. How could you not? He was my Hodge pick.
Well, you had two.
Yeah, you
I
had
did,
two.
didn't I?
You might
Yeah,
as
you
well
were the
put
only
Mitch in
one
for
with
me
two
as well, because
Hodges.
that's my pick as well, Mitch.
Yeah, we should have had Eamon go first.
Yeah.
Mitchell
Okay.
Messenbrink.
Who else
Well,
do you realistically think could beat Mitch in that
I'm
weight?
glad Eamon came on to just agree with Mike at every
No.
turn.
Thank you. Yeah, me too. This is great.
I'm jumping on train right here.
Caliendo ain't beating Mitch. That's not
It's not
happening.
gonna be
Caliendo
Caliendo.
looked
It's not gonna
bad
be
Oh,
the other
Sammy
day.
Caliendo
Sasso.
sucks. Yeah, no.
Barraclough
Sucks.
ain't
I
beating
wouldn't
him
go as
either,
far
so
as
don't
that.
even say
Mike's gonna pick
Barraclough.
Terrell Barraclaw just because he wants
He's
to be
gonna-
different.
I will say Bear Claw could make it interesting. They wrestled last year at the Black Knight, and
It could. Yeah.
it was an 8-5 match.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was
But
watching
I mean,
Barraclough though.
as much as I want to pick Barraclough, he had an 11-9 match that he almost blew against Garvin.
Yeah,
And
but
then he had the
Hunter Garvin's
overtime
good.
tiebreakers match with Cam Amin.
Yeah, but these are
Like,
like all Americans, though. It's not like
Yeah, but
a
Mitchell
okay,
scrape.
but
Messenberg is gonna
he's
tune these guys
barely
up.
beating them, whereas
Hey, win's
Mesenbrink,
a
I think,
win
majored Cam Amin
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
thing about
multiple times.
Terrell,
until he didn't.
he didn't look that good at neutral, honestly. I wasn't that impressed. And like Messenbrink, I think would just pick him.
The one thing that guys we're not considering is about Terrell Barraclaw is that Carter Strachey said that that guy's a national champ.
It could be.
He
But he
said
won't.
that last year.
Mhm.
Harder.
Yeah, but now he's dead to him because he
Yeah,
transferred
no
over.
loyalty.
Oh, true. Good point. Yeah.
But anyhow, yeah, I'm actually gonna stick with my pick of Mitchell Mesenbrink.
Hey, look at
Look
this
who's
unanimous.
copying
Look
now,
at this
guys, huh?
unanimous.
I picked him
No,
last
not you,
time.
not you.
I added Mitchell, not Mitch. We're getting
He's matured,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, he's got 100% bonus rate. He's averaging over 17 points a match.
Yeah, I can't see him losing,
He
honestly.
wrestles with Kale a ton. I don't know if you guys watch like any of the
I've been
Big Ten
seeing that.
wrestling behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Him and Kale wrestle a ton together, which is super interesting.
Yeah.
They're so close in weight.
Well, I want to actually do that video at another time. Could Kale still win a national championship?
Yes, I think so.
So that's for another day. For another
Did you
day.
see the one where he was pinning or headlocking Levi?
Haynes,
Yeah.
yeah.
They had so they reached out to like another like Penn State alum, Morgan McIntosh, I think, and McIntosh was like, because Kale said, "Yeah, I'm gonna let him go any second now," and Morgan McIntosh goes, "From experience, that just means he'll hold you there for the next 2 hours if he wants to."
If he wants.
Speaking of Levi Haynes, 174. Anyone picking Levi? Oh man.
I feel you
Shocker.
guys are like,
There's a shot
yeah,
that Mike's gonna pick
One,
Levi.
2, 3, 4, 5, Penn State.
you guys are the same people. It's like, oh,
I'll
like
switch it up for you guys. I won't pick Levi, but I will surprise you, and I'll pick Dean Hamidi. And I'll tell you why.
that's reasonable though.
I'll tell you why. Because David Taylor in that room and Hamidi's length, I think like what David Taylor is going to be able to do for Hamidi is just, yeah, I think he's going to win it all.
Well,
Wow.
I actually agree with Eamon, and
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
Hamidi is 4-0. The closest match he's had is 14-4.
Yeah,
He's definitely looking good. Like, I don't think he gasses out. Like, he was killing Mitchell Mesenbrink last year at Big Tens. Like, it was not even close. It
All
was
part of
like
the plan.
it wasn't
Do
all
you
part
think?
of the plan.
Wait, I was rewatching that video. Do you think if Hamidi didn't give up that buzzer beater takedown in the second, do you think he still loses? Or yeah,
Oh.
No,
I don't know. I don't think he
because
would.
it was
Like,
what 11-9, I think it was.
Yeah.
yeah. Like honestly, and that changes the whole complexion of NCAAs even because then the
I think
whole
he also got
bracket's
hurt
different.
in that match.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, yeah. So like honestly, Keegan O'Toole looks awful.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on
He
with those two.
barely got past Danny Bronigal. Bronigal took him down twice. Bronigal was leading most of the match, and then it was 9-7. And the only reason it ended up like 15-7 or 16-7 was because of a takedown to his back. Because the Bronigals are great at doing that because his brother did the same thing like 3 matches later. So, but O'Toole really, really did
yeah.
not impress me at
Hasn't looked good.
all.
But part of me thinks he's still gonna win it for some reason. Like, yeah, I picked.
There is no part of me right now that thinks O'Toole's going to walk away with the title this year.
He's, I
I
don't.
would pick Haynes over O'Toole, but right now I'm picking Hamity to win it
Oh
all.
my
So
gosh, you
Yes,
guys
I
are
was going to
yes.
say,
crazy.
I actually am more worried about, Levi wrestling Dean, Hamity than
Yeah, I would be
Keegan
right.
O'Toole, just based off the Keegan that we've seen and the Hamity we've seen. And
Yeah.
Eamon, you have a great point. Like David Taylor looking at, Dean Hamity and he's like, hey, like, who does this remind you of?
Yeah,
Same build. And it's
Yeah.
like, DT. And I think being up at a weight class that's more favorable for him not sucking as much weight.
Well, and
He's gonna
Dean
have that
Hamity
better
always
fight.
talks about how he wants to be a Hodge Trophy winner.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like that's his goal is to win the
No, I
Hodge.
know.
In order to win the Hodge, you have to be undefeated and you have to also win the title.
yep.
No, I think it's funny because like if M2 wrestling history, Levi Haynes was the protege for David Taylor. He was like, "This is my M2, like this is my boy." And he was there, for when Levi won the Big Tens in the upset. He was like, this kid's going to be a multiple time national champion. And now he's potentially coaching against him. A kid that he's coached from youth into college and worked with in college, he's now going to coach against with someone that matches his body style.
Yep.
It's the most concerning match I have if I'm Levi Haynes, is not Keegan, but is Dean.
Yeah, because Levi, like, he won the match in the All-Star Classic, and I know he got those points at the end, but it's like, other than that, like, that was a
Yeah,
close
pretty close for
match.
most of the match.
Yeah. And I think Dean is a level above DeVos.
And
So,
I
like,
mean, and not to knock Wisconsin, but that's where Dean Hamity's spent his whole career. So I think he's upgraded by being in
yeah,
Oklahoma
we won't
State.
get into the Wisconsin thing because that's just,
Let's
You know
go
what's
Bono.
interesting? You know what's interesting? Dean Hamity, he's a senior. He's a true senior. He's never redshirted.
that is interesting. I didn't know that.
And
I actually thought he was old.
Levi Haynes is a true junior, and Keegan O'Toole, who feels like he's been around forever, this is only his
Because he
fifth season.
Only his fifth. Not bad.
only.
Well, he never redshirted. That's what I mean.
Oh.
So none of these guys actually took a redshirt year.
So, who
Keegan.
are you picking, Jack?
So I am picking Keegan O'Toole. You
Ugh.
guys just hated on my boy here.
Yeah, because he
He
looked awful.
barely got by Danny Bronigal. What was the
He
score of
did.
that
Barely
match?
beat him.
16-7, a major.
That's because there was a.
Took
that-
him down at will to his back. Someone
Wait,
has
at
the
will?
He did not
ability
take
to
him
do
down
that.
at
At
will.
will? Come on, real
Yes, he
little
did.
again.
He shot in and
No.
took him down.
Are you talking about
Bronigal
Bronigal getting the
gassed.
first 2 takedowns?
Rewatch the match. Keegan
I
shot
watched
in
the match.
whenever he wanted, took him down like he was cake, and then literally turned him.
I don't think we were watching the same match.
Yeah, that must have been another
Was
one.
that last season?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do we have to pull up this video right now? Keegan shot in and like took him down at will.
Right now, I think Hamity majors O'Toole. There's a shot that
guys are
Okay,
Hamity
I'm not with
majors.
Eamon
Majors.
on
I don't know about
majoring O'Toole,
But
but
it could be like a 7-point spread. Like I really could see like 6 to 7 point difference.
Yeah, Keegan O'Toole has 4 career college losses.
And it's gonna be
Yeah,
5.
two-
I mean,
two of those
it's
are
going to
to
be probably
David
a little bit
Carr.
more than that this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 or 3 of those are to David Carr.
No, but in all seriousness, like it's between Hamity or O'Toole, in my opinion. I don't
You
think
don't think Haynes is even in there?
I think Haynes will get third.
Really? I mean, he's beaten O'Toole in freestyle.
But I think if they get put on the same side of the bracket, Hamity and Haynes, I think Hamity comes out of that.
The only guy that has beaten Keegan O'Toole since 2021
Oh, here we go.
collegiately is David Carr.
Well, Bronigal almost did, and then
Oh, it was a major. What do you want from my boy?
It was
here?
9-7 with 30 seconds to go in favor of O'Toole, and then he took him down to his back. because
7-point move.
Bronigal's an idiot.
Yeah,
But
I don't know what Bronigal was doing. It's like, what?
Yeah, because Bronicle just wanted to go straight to his back. Come on.
I
Give
mean,
Keegan some credit. The dude, all he does is win, 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 except to David Carr, who's arguably one of the best college wrestlers of all time.
One of the best 2-time champions ever, for sure.
Yeah. I do think, listen, transfers aside, like I do think David Taylor and Dean Hamidi are a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see 4 years development. I just don't know if 1 year is going to be enough to get Dean to the finish line. Levi, we saw him beat Keegan in
that's true. I mean, the
freestyle
one where
match, but Mike and I talked about this in another video. You can't really scramble, and that's Keegan's forte. So he couldn't really defend the same way he would in a folk style match.
All right,
But I
but
still think he got dominated though was
yeah,
the
but
issue. It was like,
Facundo also beat Levi in freestyle this past year.
yeah,
Well, yeah, so that it's not a reliable source,
That's
obviously.
right. It's not even Levi's best style. That's what I'm saying. And he beat up Keegan.
Yeah, but then he lost to David Carr, and then Keegan beat David
And
Carr. The
David
whole
Carr also
Pokemon
lost.
the
triangle.
triangle.
Yeah, so we could go around this song and dance. I was not expecting the majority here to be Dean Hamidi, to be honest, but
One thing on 74, do you guys think Karchala will All American?
No.
No?
probably not.
I'm so unhigh on him right now. I feel like when he came in, I was like, this is a great wrestler. And then he just hasn't done anything yet.
He
so
did All American that one year.
That 1 year. Okay.
another point I'd like to make, because Keegan and Hamidi are in the Big 12, I'm
Yeah, that's
assuming they're
huge
going
for
to be
seeding.
they're going to be undefeated unless they wrestle each other in the duel. Do they wrestle each other in a duel?
Oklahoma State, Michigan.
No,
I don't know.
Missouri, Oklahoma. I don't know. I'll pull up Oklahoma State right now.
I don't, yeah.
Because if one of them stays undefeated and beats the other one twice, that person's going to get the number one seed.
Yeah.
Levi's going to get the two, and then the other person, unless
Yeah,
some
Levi's
crazy
side.
Julian Ramirez magic happens,
Yeah.
I would hate that.
Or like how Vito was the 6 seed and Crookham was the 2.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is whoever,
Yes, they
whoever,
do
yeah, so that could be a big one.
February
Um,
2nd.
Whoever gets the one seed is, I'm assuming the other two are going to be on the other side, and that's unfortunate. But whoever has the one seed is going to have the biggest advantage, in my opinion.
Oh,
I don't know why I'd like to see Haynes and Hamity on the same side of the bracket. That'd be an interesting semi.
I think because if you win that side, whoever's on that side, whoever wins the tough side of the bracket, I think is going to win the tournament.
Me too. I agree.
Oh, that's a shocker.
Yeah,
I'm
Aiden back to
objectively
fight.
correct. I don't know what, like, if you're listening out there, I'm objectively correct. I don't know why this is like, it's like when you go to a horse track and it's like, well, that's a racing horse and that's a pony. And it's like, can you believe you didn't bet on the pony?
Well, typically I don't go to horse tracks, but yeah.
I think it's crazy you guys think Keegan O'Toole looks awful.
He
I
looked
just-
terrible.
Got 100% bonus rate.
For an amateur.
Hardly for an amateur hour.
Yeah.
All
Drop
right,
a comment down below for
184.
74 and 65. Forgot to mention that one. 84. Okay. We all had Parker Kekaisen. Mike and Jack had Parker Kekaisen as the Hodge trophy.
Look at you guys picking him
Yeah.
as Hodge.
Yeah, lots changed.
Yeah,
I'm actually switching as much as I don't want to root against someone, but I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I just think that Carter knows how to win. And
I
after
think-
that match, it very could be that Parker beats him. But for some reason, I've been following this guy, and like every time you think that he's not gonna win, he wins.
Yeah, I think Carter's gonna win. I just can't see him losing. So like Jack said, every time you think he's gonna lose to somebody, he proves you wrong. And
Who did you think he was going to lose to?
There was many times where I'm like, oh, like this is on the fence. I don't think he's gonna win, and then he
Well,
goes
like
on.
Kemmerer that one
Literally-
year, and
That was his
Fuck,
freshman year when Kemmerer beat him twice.
yeah, but
Well,
then he won at
literally,
nationals.
with Kekheisen, honestly, I thought Kekheisen was gonna win that match, and then Carter literally does what Carter does and wins. So
I'm actually glad Carter won that match
okay, we go.
Here we go.
because I said it when it happened that Kekaisen wasn't gonna beat Carter twice. If he was
I
gonna
agree
win,
with that. I agree
if
with
he
that.
was gonna beat him, it was gonna beat him either at that match or at NCAA's. It's not gonna be both. So I'm picking Parker to win. Because like if Carter had the whole season and whole year to stew on that match, zero chance Parker wins at NCAA's. But I think that now that Parker lost, he has that match to kind of go off of, and he knows because like the last time he wrestled Carter was in high school, so like it had been a while. Now that he's refamiliarized himself a little bit and he has the video to study and whatnot, I think that he can make the adjustments and beat Carter.
Parker's not making the
It
finals. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
it was as
kidding.
close a match as can get. I mean, it went to overtime. Like it could have gone either way at any time.
But it didn't.
Yeah, it didn't, but that's okay because now Parker will win come NCAAs.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sticking with my gun.
Give me Edmund Ruth.
Stop.
Whoa.
Stop.
He's
You know
been
who I'm
having a
picking. Come on,
stellar
everyone.
season.
Everyone knows who. Before this video even started, everyone knows who I'm picking. It's Carter.
You weren't picking plot?
You know who I thought could have done well? Actually, there's nobody.
Do you guys think that Gabe
There's
Arnold
no
or Angelo Ferrari is going to wrestle Carter in the duel?
Angelo.
Really?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh,
think they
that'd
could
be
throw out
interesting.
Angelo?
Oh yeah.
Instead of Gabe, but Gabe
Nah, I
Gabe
think
called
they
him
go
out in
with
high
Gabe.
school.
Yeah, but I think that Gabe doesn't want that. I don't. I gotta be honest. I think Gabe doesn't want the smoke.
He has to if he's gonna
What do
Carter's
you
smoke.
mean? He wants
Carter's
this one. He
literally
called him
not
out.
like.
He was the one that called him out.
Yeah, as a high
Yeah,
schooler,
he is the one that called him out.
one thing when you're a high school kid and you're like, oh, we'll never see each other. We'll always be different weights. But Carter's like, I mean, everyone that's watching this has to know, like, Carter's not a normal person. Like,
No.
there's no one like he's the cousin that when he comes to Thanksgiving dinner, you're like, oh God, he's here. Like, I can't imagine. Like, I've
Yeah, he
watched
gives kind of
enough
uneasy, nervous energy vibes.
that I've watched
Yeah.
enough like behind the scenes with Carter. Plus, I have buddies that grew up with him in Erie, Pennsylvania, and they're like, he's been this way forever. We used to go to parties, and he would be like, "Hey, man, like I'm gonna fight the six of you at once."
What?
And then he would like beat six guys, and then he'd be like, "Cool, like who's next?" And they're like, "Nah, dude, like we don't want this."
We don't want to fight.
Like Carter's just a maniac, and I feel like people call him out, and he puts crazy things online, like "I'm gonna piss on your grave" and "I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that
beat you to
was.
death with my hands."
Anyways, 197.
Yeah. So I got Carter, and I think it's Angelo, and I think it's going to be a more entertaining match to watch Angelo than Gabe Arnold try to, muster through a match.
I kind of want to see Angelo just to see AJ's comments because
Yes,
AJ's gonna
God,
be
please,
barking.
yes.
Yeah.
The Ferrari
We can
beef
talk
is
about
bigger than the
AJ
Gabe Arnold
now.
beef.
We could talk about AJ right now.
Okay, so 197. My pick is not at the weight class. Mike's pick got beat out in the Black Knight, so we're gonna be switching. Mike Lawn, are you sticking with Buchanan?
It's tough because I want AJ Ferrari not to win, but but I don't think I'm going to pick Buchanan. I'm going to go with Cardenas.
Wow.
Oh, Michigan, your
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah. I sometimes I hold freestyle accolades in too high of a light. And
Doing
I
that right
think,
now.
yeah, right, exactly. I think Jacob Cardenas taking silver at U23 Worlds is a huge step up from where he was. But I would say stay tuned for our CKLV previews because we're going to be talking about the very exciting 197 weight class coming up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going with Cardenas. I was not impressed with Buchanan. He wrestled Trey Munoz to a very close match. And then Trey Munoz loses to Luke Serber.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Serber's I'm high on Serber though, especially with David Taylor.
I'm low
Yeah,
on
but
Server.
he's still like
He's low on servers.
Serber is ranked like number like nine or 10, I think. He's not even ranked. He might even be higher. I think Cardenas will be interesting. How do you beat AJ? One, stop him from scoring. Two, you got to score on him.
Yeah.
AJ
Well,
is
that's how you beat anybody.
no, I know it
Yeah.
sounds dumb, but AJ, look at the matches. AJ almost never gets taken down. That's one. Two, AJ is not a takedown machine. He's not a bonus point guy, but he's like, look,
All you need is one.
well, that's exactly it. He goes, I'm going to take you down, I'm going to ride you, and I'm going to get away. And
You know who wrestles like that? Carter Starachi.
yeah, but it works, you know?
There you
Are we
go.
not
Wait,
going to talk
is this
about
just?
the
Oh
fact
wait.
that AJ Ferrari's 2-0 and has wrestled 2 matches in one dual meet thing and then hasn't wrestled since?
Yeah,
Like,
well, we'll see him at Cliff Keen, hopefully.
finally, where's AJ Ferrari been? I'm going to go with Michael Beard as my pick.
What?
Weird.
Yep.
What the
Michael
heck?
Beard.
That's a little bit of bias there. I am a big Michael Beard fan, but I just don't have a lot of confidence in Buchanan. He's looked great,
No,
but
yeah, Buchanan has not looked lights out like he's gonna go win a title.
yeah, like I and I just don't want to pick AJ Ferrari either. So like,
Uh, I mean, objectively, I'm picking AJ Ferrari because he seems like the most likely guy to do it.
no Michael Beard?
Michael
No,
Beard is insane.
Michael Beard. Like Michael Beard is going to be like a periphery, like low All American.
What? I have him top 3.
Yeah,
Top
that's
I
three.
got him in top
wow.
4.
Top
I don't think he'll
4?
finish that high.
No,
You don't have Buchanan that high?
I have Buchanan is top 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Buchanan will be top 4.
Where do
He's
you have
always
AJ?
top 4.
I got
I'm picking AJ Ferrari as well. Like you said, no one scores on the dude.
yeah, like I said,
You
Yeah.
can't win if you can't score on him.
it's a
Simple as
super
that.
simple formula to beat AJ, just no one can do it. It's the same thing with like Jordan Burroughs is going to shoot a double. He's going to tell you, "Hey, I'm going to shoot a double right now." And then you're still not going to be able to stop it.
Yeah.
AJ is so fundamentally sound, where in the sense like he's very tough to score on, he gets away, and he can ride.
Yeah.
It's the basic stuff that if you can master, you're going to win 99% of your matches, and AJ does it.
But
And
is
it's
he even
not,
going to make it a full season? Like,
that's what I would say as well.
like
I think AJ is going to get in trouble. I think his track record speaks for himself. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets suspended from the team, or kicked off for something else. I think that he has a lot of talent, but I think it's going to be squandered. And I think that we've seen that. And frankly, I don't think we've seen any real growth in him.
no, I mean, look at what happened at that dual meet, what he did. I mean, like
Yeah. You know, I think
against the guy who
That's
like
his trademark now.
He
He's
knows how
doing
to put
that.
on a show, okay? He knows how to put on a show, and that's all that matters.
do you, okay, well, let's see how he does the CKLV. You know, it'll be an actual tournament setting. I think that that'll be a very telling, experience for how his season's going to go.
yeah.
285. Give
I
me some
mean-
Gable.
Yep.
And wait a second, while I'm at it, let's highlight this sucker. Hodge.
You want to just copy that over to my square?
Yeah, I got you.
Same with mine as well. I
Thank
mean,
you.
this
Yeah.
is just
Really? You're not going to pick either of your Hodge picks, Mike?
actually wait, no, I'm gonna put
No.
Mendez as my Hodge pick.
Mendez. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could be wrong, but
Screw it.
Wow. Mendez.
Really? You went from a two Hodges of Mitchell Mesenbrink and Parker Keckeisen, and now you're just going Gable.
Well,
Yeah, what
here's the
happened there?
problem with
How can you
Mitchell
not?
Mitchell Messenbrink doesn't have as high caliber competition in his weight class. Heavyweight is actually a pretty tough weight
One of
class
the most stacked weights.
with Wyatt and Greg.
I mean, even
Heavyweight
Cole,
is
the
now
world champion.
one of 2 former champion weight classes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
mean,
still
look-
think though, if Mendez wins it all, he should get the Hodge in my opinion.
I mean, I'm picking Gable to win it, but I'm not picking him for Hodge.
Who you
Wow.
picking
Who are you
for
picking to
Hodge?
Hodge?
AJ Ferrari.
Please don't say it. Ferrari.
Jay Ferrari, he's gonna have a 0% bonus win.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm gonna go with Dean Hamity.
Dean Hammond.
Yeah, you know, that's fair.
I'm going Dean Hamity for Hodge because that's his goal.
If he beats both O'Toole and Levi in the national tournament and goes undefeated, he definitely has a strong consideration.
I would say he'd be the favorite then based on what he's doing right now, too, because he's just destroying everyone.
I don't
he's
think
gonna
he's
have a
going to
high
bonus
bonus
either
percentage.
guy, and I think Gable's going to bonus everyone. He's going to do what Keckeisen did last year.
Gable's going to bonus his way through. I said it before. I think the closest person I can give a match is Greg.
Mhm.
I'm not saying it's going to be a close match, but
I think
you think Wyatt.
No, he's going to say Younger.
Yeah.
Younger, yeah, Younger.
I think Younger could give him a closer match than Greg.
Come on.
Just make stuff up sometimes, I swear. Younger, who was in a tight cradle by 230-pound Ben Keeter.
Just imagine what Gable's gonna
How many
do.
points resulted in that?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It was if that was Gable, he would be pins
Gable doesn't cradle people.
because he doesn't have to because he could take you down 9 times in a minute.
Yeah.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
And it's
Uh-huh.
3-point takedown. Remember what Bo
Uh-huh.
Nickel said.
Didn't you see like
Yeah, that's true, Nickel.
Gable teched? Who did he just wrestle the other day? Does anyone remember?
SDSU, right?
Yeah, I think so. Um, but they were like, "Oh, like it's a tech in 2 minutes," and I'm like, "Geez, man, my goodness!" Like Gable's so good, and he's so much bigger now. I mean,
Jeez, man, my
seven,
God.
he
It
weighed in
was
at
Luke
270.
Rasmussen of SDSU.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that guy.
He also tech falled Tay Gadale, who beat Nick Feldman.
That
yeah,
was a shot. Like I was like, wow. Like
yeah. Gable. I mean, look, like my thoughts on the Gable situation are that it's kind of stupid. I really think it's like imagine going pro in two sports and be like, you know what? I'm
I'm
gonna go back to
back.
college.
Go back to amateur
Also,
status.
what was that picture he posted with the money stack? Like
Oh my God,
listening, like come
he's such
on,
a
man.
gentleman.
Yeah.
Like
I think
just
I've said this. I think he's using this as a springboard for the UFC or MMA. I think he has no intention to compete after this season. He even talked about like, yeah, I could see myself doing a 2028 Olympic run. It goes, dude, you just had the chance for 2024. You were the number one guy and you turned it down
yeah, that was
after you won the 2023 world spot when you beat up Mason Paris and then turned that down.
Yeah, but don't act like, Carter wasn't paid too to come back, or
I'm not saying
Greg,
no, no,
or
I'm
any
not
of
saying
those
he
other
wasn't big. I'm
guys.
just saying like the
here we go,
Gable thing.
Carter.
Carter, I think the estimate's like 1 point something million. I heard
For
Yeah.
what?
that's for his NIL for the year.
What?
Yeah,
That's
so like, I'm sure Gable's getting a
insane.
big bank, but it's like, dude, like I just have very sour grapes about like this whole big dramatic retirement ceremony, and you know, oh yeah, I come to wrestle at the world trials and the Olympic team trials, and I win, but I'm not going to represent USA because I'm going to play football.
Like
What?
it's just
And then he comes back and he's like, okay, that didn't work out at all.
literally.
And they hate me in the WWE, so that doesn't work out. What can I do? Oh, I know. I'll go back to the thing the only thing I'm good at. Win wrestling, get my name positive again, try to use that to run to the UFC because I'm so buddy buddy with John Jones now.
Yeah, that was interesting to see him next to John Jones after that fight. I was like, what
Dude, I just it's it's like he's following a documentary of Brock Lesnar and he goes, "Okay, Brock Lesnar couldn't make it on the Vikings. Cool. He was a great wrestler as well. Okay, I could do that part. I did that part. He did WWE. Ugh, I wasn't successful there. How did he did? Oh, he did real UFC. That's right. I'll go there too. It's like he's calling up Brock every day to be like, "Hey man, like what was your next career move when you were my age?"
but yeah, that's the
So, I'm not thrilled with Gable, but that being said, he's gonna eat.
that's our picks.
Gable's gonna win the weight.
So there you have it. Those are still too early NCAA championship predictions for the 2025 championships in Philadelphia. Drop a comment down below. Who do you have as your 10 champions? How do they compare to ours? And then I don't know, maybe we'll do one more of these videos right before, maybe the week before NCAAs just to see,
Yeah.
lock it in. I mean, we're going to be going through the weights anyway, so
Yeah, we'll have already picked our champs.
yeah, I mean, we'll see after the season, but we know for a fact that these guys are at these weight classes. Big difference from back in April, so
Oh,
8 months passed, and some things have not changed. So
Yeah.
we'll see. So yeah, thanks for watching Cactus Wrestling. Drop a comment down below. See you next time.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.